Hey, what's up guys? Today, I'll show you a supernatural horror film, Demon Colony. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care. One day, a man named Raggy goes to a director's office to pitch his story idea for a movie. He bases his story on a wealthy business tycoon, John DeMonte. Raggy tells the director about investigating the tycoon's colony and house and creating a movie about it during its time. The director thinks it lacks any flair, even for a horror movie, so he declines Raggy's movie pitch. A sad Raggy then goes home while he thinks of an idea to make his movie work. He then overhears other aspiring movie makers about making the movie themselves. This gives Raggy an idea, and he heads home to plan his trip to the Demon Colony. Meanwhile, his friend Sappy is working as an underpaid and mistreated electrician. After losing the will to work underpaid jobs, he heads home. Just then, he receives a missed call from Raggy, but Raggy doesn't answer his call back. He then calls Vin, a friend who works as a freelance photographer. Vin informs him that Raggy has plans for them all to go to the bar. As they both end the call, Vin leaves, but is surprised when he finds an online hormone session at the internet cafe next to him. He leaves the cafe after seeing what he didn't have to see. Later that night, the three of them meet at the bar, but they are broke, so they call for help from their other friend, Srin. Srin works as a sugar baby, but his sugar mommy doesn't allow him to. Luckily, the sugar mommy's husband arrives home, letting Srin be able to leave along with money from her. As they reunite at the bar, the group discusses their career, with Srin being the only one happy. They drink their problems away, after talking about their desire to get rich or have decent jobs. Soon after, they have a dance number that lets them get sober again. As they leave the bar, rain starts pouring, so the group runs to the bus stop to wait until it stops. As they wait, Vin asks Srin about his job, and his answer only makes them jealous. Thinking of other things to do, Raggy suddenly suggests going to a haunted mansion, the mansion of Demon Colony. The others agree, except for Sappy, who is afraid of the dark. However, they force him to come with them. They arrive at the mansion, and once inside, the others leave Sappy as a prank while they look around. As they go upstairs, Srin feels a presence behind him, but it disappears as he turns around. Meanwhile, Raggy is looking around the house to get inspired for his story writing. The three regroup to find Sappy, while Raggy keeps looking for something in the mansion. The mansion shows signs of hunting material intact, hinting that the mansion owner must have liked hunting. After a while, the three decide to regroup with Sappy, so they howl to lure him to them. As they do that, ghostly figures appear behind them. While Raggy is looking for something, the figures focus on him as he catches their interest. Raggy then feels a chill on his spine and decides to scram from the mansion with the others. The following day, Sappy brings them all to an astrologer to tell them their fortune. As they arrive at the astrologer's place, they let their fortune be read using their fingerprints. However, the astrologer only mentions the three's birth certificates, as if he read their souls along with some life advice. The others think the astrologer is a scammer and decide to leave. However, Vin puts Raggy's fingerprint on the paper before they left, the only one who hasn't had his fortune read. As they leave, Srin gets a call from the astrologer. The astrologer sounds panicked on the phone, as he wants to tell them something important. However, Srin doesn't entertain him, thinking he's gonna scam them again. Suddenly, the signal between their call and the astrologer fails, and the call ends. Srin tells this weird call to the others and tells them to go on ahead while he returns to the astrologer. When he returns, Srin is shocked to find the astrologer's lifeless body hanging by the ceiling. Srin then thinks of the events and wonders what the cause of death would be. After the astrologer's death, Srin has a lot on his mind about what the astrologer wanted to say. While thinking about it, Raggy suddenly starts calling them to listen to his story of the Demon Colony. It begins in the 19th century during the British occupation of India. A Portuguese business tycoon, Lord John DeMonte, ruled the area around the mansion. The businessman gifted his wife an expensive necklace for her birthday. However, the longer she keeps the necklace, her mental health worsens. DeMonte is saddened by this and calls his son for their family to behold during this crisis. However, his son dies on the way to their place. This leads to DeMonte being depressed. Seeing that his territory in India is a bad omen, he sells off all of his property here before going back to his country. After selling his property, he returns to his mansion, only to discover that one of the workers raped his mentally ill wife. This causes his wife to become physically ill, so he calls a doctor to heal her. The doctor suggests that she gets hospitalized, but DeMonte insists that treatment should be in the house. However, the doctor cites laws that don't allow her to treat the wife in the place. Offended by that, DeMonte starts becoming more mentally psychotic. So he kills the doctor and all the other servants of his mansion over the paranoia of whoever raped his wife. The locals don't take kindly to his murder spree and try to raid him. But DeMonte shoots his storage room filled with gunpowder, killing everyone within and near the mansion. back to the present. Raggy tells them about the rumors of Demonte's spirit being trapped in the mansion, and that a curse is given to his wife's necklace, killing those who steal it, and the necklace will return to the Demonte mansion in any possible way. Vin and Srin laugh, as they think that Raggy's story is not true, but their reaction changes when Raggy shows them that he has the necklace in his possession. He also plans on selling it, so they're set for life since the necklace is rare material. Their discussion gets cut short when someone knocks on the door. The others are worried, thinking it's Demonte. Luckily, it was only a food delivery guy, and Srin scolds Vin for overspending money on food. After a while, a storm starts around their apartment's area. They notice that they're stranded and almost broke, so they decide to stay and watch a horror film from Daniel's CC movie channel. As they play the DVD, the group finds themselves shown on the TV instead of the movie. Inside the TV, they are seen watching the original film as the real trio outside the TV watches in disbelief. After a while, the TV shows Vin taking a bathroom break, but then as he leaves the group, an invisible force attacks him. It throws him around and chokes him until he can't breathe. He tries to call for help, but the others don't hear him. After he dies, the others inside the TV dimension keep watching the original film. Just then, a leak on the ceiling catches Srin's attention. He catches the water with a bucket, and when it gets full, he asks Raggy to give him another one. When he does not receive an answer, Srin turns around and finds Raggy getting possessed by something while holding a candle. Raggy then chants as he approaches Sappy, but before he can burn Sappy, Srin runs and stops him. But then Raggy suddenly bursts into flames, and the entire room catches fire because of a petrol bottle leak in their room. Srin tries to escape while waking Sappy up, but the film ends there. Meanwhile, the three are shocked at what happened after witnessing how they died in the film. They think something is wrong in the room and spoopy things start to happen. Just then, the power goes off suddenly, making them call an electrician for help. However, the windows and doors in their room can't be opened. When they call the electricians who arrive outside their door, no sound comes out from their room. Realizing that they're trapped inside, Srin reveals that these weird happenings are similar to the astrologer's death previously. Srin also tells them about the bizarre call, where the astrologer has something important to say. Raggy then uses a call record function on Srin's phone, replicating the conversation. As they listen to the recorder, they discover that Sappy already died yesterday when they first visited, and that something else is with them in their room. They look at Sappy, who's sleeping, and Srin reveals that yesterday Sappy committed suicide when Sappy called him because of debt. He also thinks that the astrologer must have read Sappy's fortune and suicide, and knows that something is with them now, thanks to Raggy's fortune. After discovering the death of their friend, the three sticks close together. After a while, they get desperate to escape or call for help. Raggy suggests using a Ouija board to communicate with the spirit, who is most likely Demonte. Srin gets mad and blames Raggy, since he realizes all this happened because of his desire to make a good horror story for Daniel's CC movie channel. However, he agrees that Raggy's plan is the only option, and they begin the ritual with the spirit. As they successfully communicate with the spirit, the board tells them that they cannot escape and will die. Srin gets mad and disrupts the ritual with the board. Fearing death, the two instruct Raggy to burn the board, but before he can do so, the burn suddenly burns into flames by itself. The burnt board then reveals an arrow shape and starts spinning. As it does so, Sappy, who's supposed to be dead, wakes up to drink water and scares the others out of their shit. Sappy returns to sleeping, ignoring them like everything's normal. They return to their spots, and the arrow on the board stops at Raggy. Suddenly, Raggy sees Demonte's spirit beside him, so he immediately warns them about Demonte. However, they can't hear what he's saying, and instead witness Raggy get possessed by the spirit. A now possessed Raggy writes that Demonte will kill them all, before he throws himself into the bathroom, where he dies the same way Vin did in the film, bursting into flames. After Raggy's death, Vin gets depressed and loses hope, so Srin comforts him. Srin tells him there's still hope, since they'll be safe if they don't know anything about Demonte. They then try to find a way to escape by recalling the film. However, before they can find an answer, Srin gets possessed by the spirit and knocks Vin out in an instant. While Srin is possessed, Vin suddenly bursts into flames because of a broken microwave wiring and water mixing, causing fire. As Srin returns to his senses and realizes what happened, he regrets what he did to his friend. Suddenly, his room starts freezing, which forces him to move. Fortunately, he spots a god statue nearby, where the area doesn't freeze. After observing the spot, he sees that the window isn't locked. He then moves to open it to escape, but before he can do so, Sappy asks him for help by pulling him out of the ice. Srin almost falls for the trap, but remembers that Sappy had died already. He quickly escapes through the window, thinking that Sappy is Demonte. He falls from the building, but manages to land on the soft grass. He runs in the rain to look for help, but whenever he asks people for help, they ignore him. Just then, Srin slaps one of them to catch its attention. but then his hand passes through to the person's face. Strin realizes that he's a ghost, and as he returns from where he jumped, he sees his corpse impaled on a fence when he dropped. In despair of his death, he notices a truck approaching him. Inside the truck, he sees Sappy with the necklace of Demonte. He then remembers the necklace's curse, and now discovers this is true, and that the necklace that they wanted to sell cursed all of them. The film ends with Demonte using Sappy's corpse to return the cursed necklace to his mansion, while he hovers beside a shocked Strin. This is Daniel CC Movie Channel. Stay safe and enjoy your day.